Hello everybody, welcome to Masterworks. My name is Jason Meyer, and tonight we're going to look at some old master drawings and in particular investigate the structure, but more than that, the connection of the shoulders, the neck, and the head, and how it's so foundational and built on such simple principles, but by understanding them, it really gives you great freedom in your own work. So I've got quite a few lined up tonight, but we've got the timer set and ready to go, so we don't go too crazy on this. And I'm doing tonight as a preparation for next month's class, which will be starting Monday. And we're going to be looking at basically shoulder, neck, and heads. You got your choice to pick one of two or do both of them. And we're going to be talking about the structure and form. And starting with very simple forms, we're going to build these things so that we really understand them. And then hopefully by the end of the month, we're going to have a nice solid painting with those guys in there. So if that's your cup of tea, make sure to check out jasonmeyer.com. and we'll get you all signed up for that. If you are signed up for Monday Zoom, you're going to want to bring a pencil and sketch pad. This is definitely going to be interactive this time. Okay, so tonight's Wednesday night. So this is the last Masterworks of the week. Tomorrow night, same time, but on Facebook, we will have our last sketch club of the week. In between that, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., right here on YouTube, we'll have Morning Jumpstart, feedback for students. So hope you can catch us in one of those times. And in the meantime, why don't we call forth some old master drawings and see what we can find in them. See what we can find. So tonight what I want to look at in particular is I want us to find the bottom of the chin. And why the bottom of the chin? Well, because that indicates the middle of the face. And then the other thing I want to indicate is the pit of the neck, because that's the middle of the shoulders. Okay, so basically you have the bottom of the neck, and then yeah, the chin's not the top of the neck, but it'll come in. So we have twists. So how are we going to show those twists? And notice that when they do have the twists, how effective they are. Right? This is full of action. Full of action. Okay? So it's important to realize that the pit of the neck is lower than the back of the neck. And so you're going to get a slant like that. The other thing to notice is a stretch versus a pinch. Again, it seems very, very simple, but it's just so effective. So effective. All right, well, we've got lots to get to, so let's practice this a little bit. Now, what about the shoulder structure? Well, that's present. It's present even if it's not obvious. Hello, Miss Shakti. I'm glad you're here tonight. This is good. And Wendy, you too. Good stuff tonight. Good stuff tonight. A head start for next month. The wind beneath my wings. There we go. So we're looking for the structure. And so Do you, well, where did that comes from? This little mark here saying that this neck is fitting down inside, right? It's fitting into these shoulders, right? The neck is supporting the head. Okay, I'm going to avoid going into any features, because again, I just want to see these big tones, these big things. So if we think of the egg, do we see the shadow? And it's slight, but then there's the cast shadow, form shadow, cast shadow. Do you see that? So we can figure this stuff out without any eyeballs, without any noses, without any small forms. Just three big forms: the head, the neck, and then we can call this the shoulders, the torso, whatever we want. The three. Right now, let's just call it the shoulders. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got. Janny made it. Janny made it. I know, young love, isn't it sweet? Isn't it sweet? Miss Janny, how are you, ma'am? How are ya? So we're looking at the structure of the head, neck, and shoulders. And we're doing that by finding the center of the chin. Right? So the head is facing this way. And then the center of the shoulders are right here. You see the shoulders are going. You got to stretch and a bend. We got shadow, cast shadow, form shadow, and there would be another cast shadow. So take a good look, because we're going to be doing a bit of this next month. We're going to be doing a bit of this next month. You see that? So how descriptive can we make these simple shapes? How descriptive, right? Can we get the movement in there before we ever think about an eyeball or a nose? Right? Can we get a good solid structure in there? You betcha. You bet you can. And guess what? After I teach this to you guys, I'm going to expect you guys. I'm going to expect structure from you. Let's say, Wendy, where's your structure? Where's your structure? Okay, this is a Leonardo da Vinci here. And he's doing sketches. He's figuring out how he wants this woman to look. In this commission piece that he's got to stop his life for. But do you see, again, it's not cheating, it's not a shortcut, it's foundational. And it gives you the freedom. We got to bend here and a stretch there. Right, and this shows us fitting into. Right, do you feel the volume, the three-dimensionality of it? So there's the center, there's the center. We've got a stretch. We've got the bend. Right. The shoulders. We won't get into the cylinders and all of that. We're just going to stick with shoulder, neck, and head. Shoulder, neck. Okay? Very simple rhythms, but so effective. So effective. Okay, guys, I hope you're getting a lot out of this. I am an artist. So, I brought my timer that I promptly forgot to start, so it's not going to do me any good. But, we're getting there. We're getting there. The middle of the chin. Do we have a stretch on this side? And then a pinch on that side? Do we have one shoulder higher than the other? Everybody seeing it? Okay, I hope if you're into it, it's not belaboring the point. If you don't quite see it, it's like, oh my gosh, can we move on to something else? So this time it's up to you. It's up to you. Where's the center of the chin? Where's the pit of the neck? Where's the stretch of the neck? And where's the pinch of the neck? Which shoulder is in front and which shoulder is behind? And how do you know he hasn't drawn any shoulders? Or she? I'm not sure who this artist is. Right? What's the big deal? You drawing red lines over these beautiful things. Well, part of the beauty is that they're so structurally sound, and I want to teach you guys to do this. Right? You guys need to do this. So let's take a look. Do we have the center of the in the pit of the neck? So we have a twist, right? Twisting this way. Pinch. Stretch. Right, look how all these things are coming together for this pinch. Do you see the difference? Everything's working in, getting tighter right there. And here things are more open. Right? That creates such a dynamic. But again, we know that this shoulder is close and then this one is behind. Right? Because you feel it because of the neck and head connection is so convincing. So convincing, and then with just a couple of hints, oh, fits in. And look, this is coming over, blocking out. Right? Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, how is everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Can we do a few more tonight? Can we do a few more? So again, on Monday Zoom, when we start our new session, you need to bring your pencils and sketch pads because we're going to be doing some studying ourselves. Look, he's turned all the way to the side. All the way to the side. So the pinch here, pinch and twist. All right, let's do a couple more. Then we threw in a few for the animal lovers among us. I think you know who you are. I think you know who you are. Does that tell you where the center of the chest is? We have the pit of the neck. Do you guys see that? The stretch, the pinch. Right? And then the fabrics, look how the fabrics go over and around. You guys see these beautiful rhythms? They're able to work so freely around these beautiful rhythms because they so cleanly understand right how these things work. And if you understand how they work, then you're not locked into enunciating everything, right? But even in your mind, instead of drawing a shoulder, you can wrap fabric around an arm, right? Have it gather at the elbow. Have it blow in the wind even. Okay? So these foundational forms are what's going to give you all the freedom you want. All the freedom and maybe a little more. Again, do you see how cleanly we see these simple shapes? So if we think of an egg, so that gives us the chin, the top of the head, we've got the stretch, we've got the pinch, pit of the neck, the turn of the face, do you guys see how when you get this right, how descriptive it is? So it's so important to understand this very simply. And then if we know this, we can invent light at our leisure, right? This is the side of the face here. Well, that would be in shadow. Shadow would cast a shadow. And that would cast a shadow, and then the shadow would fall down over here. So if we'll remember, if we step back and remember what this is all about are these light dark structures, then by combining the shadows, form shadows and cast shadows of these different structures, and what? And what? The anticipation is killing me. Right? And then we separate our background or our air. Right, from our light. Look how quick we can get to the meat and potatoes. And why would you want to do that? Why would we need to do that? Well, an example is for my daughter's 6th grade graduation, I was going to do a little digital painting for her and her friends, of her and her friends. This was me prepping for another course. Actually, this course that starts Monday. Getting ready for it, warming up on the forms. But we'll get to this drawing here in a minute. All right. So that's basically exactly what I was just showing you guys. And then here we've got 5 figures in here. And I can't just plop them down. I have to compose them. So it helps out to be able to think very, very simply. Because then I can think, do I really like that layout? If I do, I go for it. But if I don't, I move things around because I haven't invested that much in them. Right? Look how drastic I moved her down. And I moved him over, way over. Okay? So that's a reason why you're going to want to see these like that, is that's because that's how we start. That's how we start to decode what we're going to paint. All right, so as promised, let's finish up. Let's finish up with the animals. Oh, how did you know it was for you, Susan? How did you know? How did you know? Mr. Tom made it. Tom, it's good to see you, my friend. Tom's enjoying the great outdoors these days. It makes me very, very happy. I hope he remembers he owes us some landscape photos. Maybe for Sketch Club or something. So, wait a minute. We can't do this. This is the grand finale right here. That's the grand finale. So we'll finish on that. But we're going to start here. We're going to start here. How do we know this? So we know the pit of the neck is there. Do you see that work? It doesn't seem like much, but it's so important to be able to look at those things and see them. Right? See them so simply. And we got a cylinder. And we got basically a sphere attached to that. The body's more or less a cylinder as well. The legs are basically cylinders, articulating cylinders. Okay, last but not least. Now we can get to the grand finale. Now we can get to the grand finale. Okay, anybody who has a dog, owned a dog, and been around a dog, you know that the tilt of the head can mean quite a bit. Right? So, this one's pretty focused. He's he's square on. He's like, you know, whatever you're bringing, I'm ready. I'm taking it. I'm game. This guy, he's a little more relaxed. Off to the side. And he's like, okay, this guy seems interested, so there might be something to that. Also, he's up there, but man, that guy, whew. And then this guy back here, he's like, man, what's the commotion? What's the commotion? Now you might be saying to yourself, man, that's a lot of power. 3 dogs going in the same direction? 3 dog eyes going in the same direction? We're going to feel hunted. Well, somebody was clever enough to sense that and got a great big vertical there. Just to slow that energy down. Just to slow it down. But those big abstracts, that is a lesson for another day. For today, I think we're going to end it right there. Let's see. How about a little camera do-si-do? There we go. Who doesn't love a good dance? Leave it right there and give us a couple minutes to catch up on what we need to catch up on, which is what? Wednesday night, which means tomorrow, Thursday morning, will be the last morning jump start for this week. So it'll be feedback for students. I know we've got a few things in. If you got something in, get it in the next half hour, and we'll see if we can't look at it tomorrow morning. Tomorrow night will be Sketch Club on Facebook. So join us for that. Friday morning we'll have class. And then Monday morning we're going to start afresh. And we'll use some of the stuff we saw tonight for it all. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Shakti, for your attention and your hard work. Like I said, it's such a joy to be able to see you guys grow and expand like this. So if you'd like to get in on all the action with us, we're going to end here on the website, and all your questions can be answered right through there. You can also leave a comment under the video, and we'll make sure to get back to you. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, everybody. Thank you.